plopping away from shadows. But that afternoon it was too still. As if someone had pressed pause on the world, Mira noticed the white shape first. It lay at the water's edge, feathers ruffled by wind that never quite arrived. A swan, huge and luminous even in its weakness, its long neck curved in a tired question mark. She knelt slowly, palms open. "Hey, it's okay." The swan didn't move, but one dark eye followed her with startling awareness. Up close, she saw the faint tremble of its breathing, the faint smear of mud across its wing. Not injured, at least not obviously, just fading. Mira slipped off her hoodie and gently wrapped it around the bird's body. The weight surprised her. It wasn't just heavy, it felt dense, like holding something important. "Let's get you warm," she murmured. Carrying a swan is nothing like carrying a pet. Its wings shifted with a soft rustle. Its heartbeat fluttered against her forearms, and a strange calm settled over her as she walked home along the narrow path. She felt as though the lake itself watched her leave. Her house was quiet. Her mom worked late shifts, and her little brother was at a friend's place. Mira laid the swan in the bathtub on a nest of towels, then turned on the warm water tap so steam rose gently into the air. The swan watched. "Everything? Food?" She tried, placing a shallow bowl nearby. "Water?" No response, just that steady, knowing gaze. She texted her mom, "Found a swan by the lake. It's sick. Please don't be mad." 3 dots appeared, vanished, appeared again. "We'll figure it out tonight. Be careful." Mira settled on the bathroom floor with her back against the tub. The house creaked softly around her. For a while, nothing happened. Then, the lights flickered. Not a full-powered blink, just a shiver. The mirror above the sink fogged slightly, though the water wasn't that hot. And for a moment, Mira thought she heard something like music. Not from a speaker, from nowhere in particular. A faint, shimmering tone, like a glass rim gently tapped. She sat upright. The swan had lifted its head. It moved slowly, deliberately, neck straightening with quiet grace. Its eyes weren't dull anymore. They shone, deep and reflective. And then, impossible as it sounds, it spoke. Not with a voice in the room, with a voice inside her thoughts. "You are kind, Mira froze." Her hands gripped the tile floor. She didn't feel scared, just stunned, as if her mind had been gently opened like a door she hadn't known existed. "You can talk?" she whispered. "Only when the world grows thin," the swan replied. And only to those who listen. The air in the bathroom felt heavier now, as though it held more meaning than before. "Are you dying?" The swan lowered its head slightly. "I'm becoming something else." Before Mira could ask what that meant, the water in the tub began to ripple, not from movement, but from light. Soft silver patterns traced themselves across the surface, spiraling outward. The mirror cleared. But instead of reflecting the bathroom, it showed the lake. Nighttime, moonlight, a version of the shore Mira had never seen brighter. Older, somehow deeper, the swan spoke again. "You carried me across a boundary. Now you must decide whether to close it or open it." Mira blinked hard. "I don't understand." "You will." By the time her mom came home, the bathroom looked perfectly normal. No glowing water, no strange reflections. Just a tired girl and a silent swan. "You weren't kidding," her mom said softly, peeking in. "It's beautiful." Mira hesitated. "Mom, if something weird happens, promise you won't freak out." Her mom gave her a long look. Define weird, Mira opened her mouth, and the swan rose to its feet, its wings unfurled in a slow, breathtaking arc. Not violently, gently, like a curtain being drawn aside. A faint shimmer ran along its feathers, as though moonlight had soaked into them. Then the most shocking thing happened. The swan stepped out of the tub, and where its feet touched the tile, frost formed, not cold enough to bite, just delicate white patterns spreading outward in intricate designs. Like the floor itself remembered winter, her mom gasped. "Mira, do you see that?" "I thought I was imagining things," Mira whispered. The swan turned its gaze toward both of them. And this time they both heard the voice. "Every home is a crossing. Yours has been chosen." The front door rattled softly, not from wind, from something pressing against the other side. Mira's heart pounded. She walked down the hallway, each step careful. The house felt larger now, like a space stretching between moments. She opened the door. Outside stood the lake. Not physically, the street was still there, but layered over it, like two worlds occupying the same place. Silver water shimmered across asphalt. Reeds rose where mailboxes should be. And in the distance, shapes moved beneath the surface, graceful, luminous forms gliding silently. Behind her the swan spoke. "You found me when I could not cross alone. Now the boundary rests with you. If you welcome what waits, your home will never be ordinary again." Mira swallowed. Her mom stood beside her, eyes wide but calm in a way Mira had never seen before. "What happens if we don't?" Mira asked. "Then the lake forgets this path, and so do you." Mira looked at her mum. No words were needed. They both felt it, the weight of the choice, the wonder of the unknown, the gentle pull of something ancient and kind. She stepped forward. Then, "Welcome!" The swan moved past them into the doorway. Its wings lifted once more, and a wave of soft silver light flowed outward, not blinding, not overwhelming, just opening. The layered lake and the quiet street merged like reflections meeting reality. And in that moment, the swan changed. Its shape shimmered, stretching upward, feathers dissolving into drifting light. Where it stood remained a tall, radiant figure formed of water and moonlight, neither human nor bird, but something graceful beyond naming. It bowed its head. "You have given sanctuary, so your home shall be a haven." Then it stepped forward and dissolved into a scatter of bright motes that floated through the house like slow snow. The front door closed gently on its own. Silence returned. But the air never felt ordinary again. In the days that followed, small wonders appeared. Water in glasses shimmered faintly under moonlight. Plants grew healthier than ever. The lake behind the house reflected stars even on cloudy nights. And sometimes, when Mira stood very still, she could hear that same soft music, like a promise humming quietly beneath everything. One evening, as she sat by the window, a white feather drifted down from nowhere and landed in her palm. "Dot warm, dot alive, dot," she smiled, because she understood now. The swan hadn't come to be saved. It had come to choose who would keep the doorway open. And somehow, without planning to, Mira had said yes.